Long ago, in a peaceful valley nestled between misty mountains, there lived 3 monks. These weren't just any monks. They were known far and wide as the 3 Laughing Monks. People called them this because no matter what happened, they always seemed to be laughing and smiling. Their names were Hui, meaning wisdom, Ming, meaning bright, and Le, meaning happy. They lived in a small, simple temple at the edge of a quiet village. The villagers loved these monks because they brought so much joy and laughter wherever they went. Every morning, the 3 monks would wake up at sunrise. Instead of greeting the day with yawns or grumbles like many people do, they would burst into laughter. Their joyful sounds would echo through the valley, waking up the birds and making the flowers seem to bloom a little brighter. The villagers often wondered, why are these monks always laughing? Don't they have problems like the rest of us? Many people came from far and wide to ask them this very question. One day, a young girl named May gathered up the courage to ask them. She walked up to the temple, where she found the 3 monks sweeping the steps, chuckling as they worked. "Excuse me," May said shyly. "Why are you always laughing? Doesn't anything ever make you sad or angry?" The 3 monks looked at each other, their eyes twinkling with amusement. Then they burst into hearty laughter that seemed to make the whole world a little brighter. Hui, the oldest monk with a long white beard, wiped a tear of laughter from his eye and said, "Oh, little one, of course we feel sadness and anger sometimes. We're human, just like you. But we've learned a secret that helps us find joy in every moment." May's eyes widened with curiosity. "A secret? What kind of secret?" Ming, the monk with round cheeks and a bald head that shone in the sun, smiled kindly. "It's not really a secret. Anyone can learn it. We've simply learned to see the funny side of life, even in difficult times." Li, the youngest monk with laughter lines around his eyes despite his youth, added, "We've realized that life is like a big, sometimes silly game. Once you understand that, it's hard not to laugh." May looked confused. "But what about when bad things happen? How can you laugh then?" The 3 monks exchanged knowing glances. Hui spoke up. "Let us tell you a story, May. It might help you understand." And so, the 3 monks sat down on the temple steps, inviting May to join them. As they began their tale, other villagers gathered around, eager to hear the monk's wisdom. Hui began, "Once upon a time, there were 3 travelers, not unlike us, who were on a long journey. They had been walking for days, and their feet were sore, their stomachs were empty, and their water bottles were nearly dry." Ming continued, "As they trudged along a dusty road, they came upon a high wall. This wall stretched as far as they could see in both directions. There was no way around it, and it was too high to climb over." Li picked up the story. The travelers were tired and frustrated. They sat down in the shadow of the wall, wondering what to do. The first traveler grumbled, "This is terrible. We'll never reach our destination now." The second traveler sighed heavily and said, "Maybe we should just give up and go home." Hui nodded and said, but the third traveler looked at the wall for a moment, then suddenly burst out laughing. The other 2 were shocked. "Why are you laughing?" they asked. "This is a disaster." Ming's eyes twinkled as he continued. The third traveler, still chuckling, said, "Don't you see? This wall is so ridiculous. It's in the middle of nowhere, blocking a perfectly good road. Someone must have worked very hard to build something so useless. Isn't that funny?" Li grinned and added, "At first, the other 2 travelers thought their friend had gone crazy. But as they thought about it, they started to see the humor in the situation too." Soon, all 3 of them were laughing uncontrollably. Hui smiled warmly at May and the gathered villagers. "And do you know what happened next?" May shook her head, completely engrossed in the story. "As they were laughing," Hui explained, "an old woman heard them from the other side of the wall. She was so curious about what could be so funny that she opened a hidden door in the wall to see what was going on." Ming added, "The travelers were surprised to see the door appear as if by magic. They explained to the old woman why they were laughing, and she started laughing too. Lee finished the story. The old woman invited the travelers to pass through the door and continue their journey. She even gave them food and water for their trip. What had seemed like a big problem turned into a wonderful opportunity, all because they chose to laugh instead of complain. The villagers murmured in amazement, and May's eyes were wide with wonder. "So," she said slowly, "laughing at problems can make them go away?" The three monks chuckled gently. Hui explained, "Not exactly, little one. Laughing doesn't make problems disappear like magic, but it does change how we see them." Ming nodded in agreement. When we laugh at our problems, they often don't seem as big or scary, and when we're not scared, we can think more clearly and find solutions. Lee added, "Plus, laughter makes us feel good. When we feel good, we have more energy to face challenges. It's like giving ourselves a little superpower." May thought about this for a moment. "But how do you find something funny when you're really sad or angry?" The monk smiled at her thoughtful question. Hui said, "That's a very good question, May. It's not always easy and it takes practice. But here's a little trick we use. We try to imagine how the situation would look if it were in a funny movie or a cartoon." Ming chimed in. "For example, if I trip and fall, instead of getting embarrassed or angry, I imagine how silly I must look, like a character in a comedy show. It helps me laugh at myself instead of feeling bad." Lee nodded enthusiastically. "And when we laugh at ourselves, it's easier for others to laugh with us, not at us. It brings people together and makes everyone feel better." May's face lit up with understanding. "I think I get it now. It's like choosing to see the world in a funnier way, right?" The three monks beamed at her. "Exactly," they said in unison, before bursting into their infectious laughter once again. From that day on, May started practicing what the monks had taught her. When she spilled her drink, instead of crying, she imagined how funny she must look with a wet shirt and giggled. When she argued with her brother, she thought about how they must sound like squawking chickens, and it made her laugh instead of staying angry. Soon, May's laughter began to spread. Her friends at school noticed how she could turn frustrating situations into funny ones. They started trying it too. Before long, the whole village seemed a little bit happier, a little more full of laughter. The three laughing monks watched this change with joy in their hearts. They knew that they had passed on an important lesson, that life, with all its ups and downs, can be a wonderful, funny adventure if you choose to see it that way. As the years went by, people from all over the world came to visit the three laughing monks and learn their wisdom. And though the monks grew older, their laughter remained just as young and joyful as ever. They taught everyone who came to them the same simple truths. Number 1. Laughter is a choice we can make, even in difficult times. Number 2. Seeing the funny side of life makes problems seem smaller. Number 3. When we laugh at ourselves, we invite others to laugh with us, not at us. Number 4. Laughter brings people together and spreads happiness. Number 5. A life filled with laughter is a life well lived. And so, the legend of the three laughing monks lived on, spreading joy and wisdom far beyond their little valley. Their laughter continued to echo through the mountains, reminding all who heard it that no matter what life brings, there's always a reason to smile, always a reason to laugh, and always a reason to be happy. To this day, whenever someone in that valley faces a problem, they remember the three laughing monks. They take a deep breath, find the funny side of the situation, and let out a hearty laugh. And somehow, just like magic, the world seems a little brighter, a little friendlier, and a little more wonderful. So the next time you face a challenge, big or small, remember the three laughing monks. Take a moment to find the humor in the situation. Let yourself smile, giggle, or even laugh out loud. You might be surprised at how much better you feel and how much easier it becomes to solve your problems. After all, life is a grand adventure, full of twists and turns. Why not make it a laughing adventure? And so, dear friends, The story of the three laughing monks reminds us of an important truth. Laughter is a powerful tool that can brighten our days and lighten our burdens. Whether you're young like May or old like the wise monks, you too can choose to find joy in every moment. The next time you face a challenge, remember Hui, Ming, and Le. Take a deep breath, look for the funny side of things, and let yourself laugh. You might just find that your problems don't seem so big after all. So go forth with a smile on your face and laughter in your heart. Spread joy wherever you go, just like the three laughing monks. And always remember, life is better when you're laughing. Moral of the story: the tale of the three laughing monks teaches us several important lessons. Number 1, laughter is a powerful tool. It can help us face challenges and see problems in a new light. Number 2, our perspective matters. How we choose to view a situation can change how we feel about it and how we respond. Number 3, joy is a choice. Even in difficult times, we can choose to find moments of happiness and laughter. Number 4, sharing laughter spreads happiness. When we laugh and stay positive, we can lift the spirits of those around us. Number 5, wisdom can be found in simplicity. Sometimes the simplest solutions, like choosing to laugh, can be the most profound. Number 6, resilience comes from within. By cultivating a joyful attitude, we become stronger in the face of life's challenges. Number 7, life is an adventure. Approaching life with humor and positivity can turn even ordinary days into exciting journeys. Remember, just like the three laughing monks, we all have the power to bring more laughter and joy into our lives and the lives of others. By doing so, we can face life's ups and downs with a smile, making our world a happier place, one laugh at a time. Did the three laughing monks brighten your day? Spread the joy. Like this video, share it with friends who need a smile, and subscribe for more uplifting stories. Drop a comment telling us how you find humor in tough times. Remember, life's better when we're laughing together. Hit that subscribe button and join our happy community.